We're back to Don't Be Shy. Look what we're doing, fam. And with Princey. Tell him what we're doing.
Welcome back to Don't Be Shy. It's me and Naya. We're here with Prince, Elliot, and Dre. Elliot's going to tell us about Drovi, his new brand in the tech world, and obviously how his web development helped Novell from the start to how we've come to now. Elliot, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad, man.
Not
too bad. Yeah. Obviously, Dre, you're going to tell the viewers how we met Elliot and obviously how we've done for Novell, man.
Well, Elliot is the pinnacle of our logistics behind the scenes. So how I met Elliot was when we were planning Novell beforehand. So I went to a networking event, I think it was.
Yeah, shout 10K.
Yeah, 10K.
Shout 10K.
We met with Elliot through there and just got to speaking about what his passions are, what he does in his free time, and just what his skills are. And at the end of the day, I kind of brought the idea of, look, we're trying to bring an event to Leeds, and we would really need a website, and because Elliot had the skills of coding and just web development, I felt like he was the right fit. And then after a few meetings together, we managed to start the members list and get the member portal through, and then from there it just took off. So I do appreciate you both for that.
It's been good, man. It's been a really good journey. It's been good to see you guys grow as well, so
appreciate it.
That's been good.
Yeah, even my first interaction, obviously learning about Elliot, obviously Dre kind of like put forward Elliot and obviously said that's what someone that we needed and kind of would help the brand and obviously help kind of like fulfill what we thought like we wanted the membership to look like on like the website basis. And obviously from our side, obviously we're more than happy with how it's happened. And obviously as we've kind of planned different things with the brand, the website's kind of followed with it, and obviously that's a testament to Elliot's skills and obviously his creativity to kind of put our image into real life content. So now, man, it's been sick. It's sick to work with you. Obviously, going on to Drovi now. Obviously, you're going to tell us a bit more about the brand, please.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, I'm building a platform now where communities and events like Novell can host all of their new events on there, and it really focuses on what you guys are trying to do with like the community engagement. So we're building gamified features that are powered by AI to actually increase engagement over time. So given as your community grows, you do more events, you're going to get more data about what's actually the people that come to your events, like what they're doing. So off the back of that, you can drive dynamic challenges and also like give exclusive rewards to different people. Over time, we're going to have more features, so you can have like paid communities, you know, even kind of more isolated events where you could have like, you know, certain people from a select group could win something to get in. So you can really kind of play it how you want, and we're trying to build a platform for communities to thrive and grow in ways that keep it really high engagement. Because that's the thing, you know, you go to an event and then after it, you know, you don't really speak to these people mostly until you see them again or when you're trying to promote it and stuff. Now we're going to have like, you know, continuous updates pushed to people's feeds, different types of notifications, and we're also trying to blend it with real life. Given you guys are doing actual nightclub events, we want to have kind of potential mini games or activities that people can do to then, you know, redeem in the app and actually return into cash or crypto in different various like outlets. So yeah, it's the kind of platform we're going for at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's very beneficial for people to actually get something out of an app. Where is it free to use?
Yeah. So it's going to be free to begin with, but there's going to be AI features that people can pay for. So and also limits with like the amount of communities you go. So we're really trying to like home on and just like having a really premium experience people can pay for, but it's accessible to everybody.
Nice.
There's going to be the usual kind of service fees for events when they're hosting paid events, you know, given payment processing and stuff like this, but everything else is going to be free to use.
Yeah, obviously as we see in the future now, obviously AI and crypto obviously is taking off, and obviously I feel like it's clever that you're obviously using that app that kind of integrates, obviously, like you said, the actual social meeting of a person-to-person meeting, and also the website of the crypto and obviously the AI kind of format in one app.
Yeah,
like you said, it gamifies it, so me as a customer, if I'm on the app, I'm going to obviously be more engaged, and I feel like that's the most important thing. Like you said, engagement. I feel like in an event that we do, and obviously in a lot of different kind of roles and jobs, engagement is the most important thing.
100%, and we're seeing that narrative now, especially in the UK. A lot of people are reporting to be quite lonely, post-COVID. And I actually saw an article the other day on the BBC. A woman in Birmingham created like a networking group for women, and there's a whole need of like making meaningful connections, which is similar to what you guys are trying to do. And it's good to see that kind of trend now happening in the UK, and Drovi is trying to, you know, enable all of that, so it's all in one place. We want to create like the central app for like people to do this type of thing.
And is it going to connect people that are just interested in connecting with like-minded, like people based on their hobbies, or is it like work-related? What's kind of the narrative within Drovi for people to connect with each other?
For sure. So since we're a startup, we're trying to attack like two markets first. So we're going for technology events, given my background's in tech, and also premium events like Novell and other kind of private networking groups because we want to like offer a really premium experience to them. And in regards to like interests and hobbies, we've built an AI model when you sign up that you basically just have to speak about yourself for 2 to 3 sentences, and we generate the rest of your profile based off kind of what you say to it. And over time, it's only going to get more intelligent. So I'm glad we've implemented that from the start. So over time, the search filtering and the recommendation feed, we're aiming for going for something like TikTok, where it's super personalised, and you know, as soon as you go on the app, you're not going to want to turn away because you're going to find stuff that's interesting to you.
That TikTok hole.
Yeah.
When you go on your TikTok and you see it, everything's something that interests you. I'm
Yeah,
thinking like, boy, it's 12:30 and we're like, yo, it's 2 o'clock. I'm
Yeah.
looking at yo, I'm just going for the time.
Yeah, lots of that world.
Yeah, because like you said, it's the personalised thing that
Yeah,
happens
of
with
course.
TikTok. It's the thing of you know what I like and what I'm desired to look at, and even if I don't want to look at it, this is going to engage me, and you know that.
100%,
So I
yeah.
feel like, obviously, like you said, you're trying to bring that from the beginning with the AI, and obviously, I think it's good because a lot of ways, like if you go on your kind of apps and stuff like that, you've got to type in what you like or give a few words. Even like what we do with Novell, you kind of describe yourself, but you can describe yourself with words, and obviously, like you said, you generate how stuff happens, which I think is really good.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, it's sick, man.
Question. So, when did you first come up with the idea?
Yeah, so roughly February last year. So it was actually from a random kind of concept as well. It was more around kind of just finding people with like-minded interests, and it was going to be a bit more, even more professional. Then I realised I feel like there's a big gap in the market with Eventbrite and Meetup and other platforms where the whole searching and personalisation and the community aspects just don't exist. And as well, they have no AI or gamified features, so there's a real gap here. And then I was speaking to you guys, and I was like, yeah, the actual whole event thing is probably a better, like a better solution to solve. Because I was struggling to find friends when I moved to Manchester last year as well, so that was why I needed like a better platform to do it. Because it's quite difficult just randomly bumping into people.
Yeah,
The challenge you don't know about them.
It's not as normal as it
Yeah,
used
for
to
sure.
be.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the original features, I got inspiration from Pokemon Go actually, with the real-time raids, where you know if people happen to be in the same area, I want to be able to build a system where it can ping out, and if you know people are doing like they're a CEO of this or whatever, it's going to try and bring them to people in real time as well. So over time, that's going to be something we're going to add, because that was like one of the original concepts. But we need a lot of data and people to be on that for it to work.
And are you aiming to make Drovi global, or for now you're just trying to make it national in the UK?
Yeah, 100%. So we're targeting the Middle East as like the kind of second primary market. So next month I'm going to Saudi Arabia to exhibit at LEAP, and also Qatar to go to the World AI Summit as well. So we're really trying to push onto the Middle Eastern region, and then also into Europe as well, places like Amsterdam and Germany and the big powerhouses over there. But as well, we're going to have obviously love for UK and trying to grow that.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
100%, that foundation kind of thing
Sure.
over here. Obviously, as an event ourselves as Novell, like, what would you say like is the most benefits we'd get from Drovi? So if obviously we're an event, a startup event, obviously maybe something that maybe not as established as Novell,
Yeah.
what could Drovi bring to us?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say the gamified and dynamic challenges. So if you see that a lot of people are not sharing the tickets, you'll have the data for that on your charts in like the admin board. So we're going to give an option in the admin panel to say, do you want to push out a challenge to give away this token? And each community will have a certain amount they can give out per month, because we don't want to make it invaluable as well. So we're going to have dynamic challenges that will reset every month that you can use for different events. Plus we have a thing called Drovi Coach, which kind of facilitates event management and also event creation. So what we're going to do with that is you can ask a question like, do you want to go to Shisha tonight, or create a micro event within Novell where you can say, all right, all these people that work in fashion, we're going to do a link up for Novell. And you can just create a poll and it'll send to every member, and if it's relevant to them, it's going to highly weight on their feed, so it'll push to the right people. Because we have all the data about the people that are in your group. So you'll really learn who your customers are and what they're doing as well, so then you know exactly what type of events to create. And also in the coach, it will recognise and it will say, right, we've noticed you've got 500 people that are into like crypto, and you could randomly do a crypto push event if that was what you were interested in, but you're going to have better insights of what your actual data means.
Yeah, so you can kind of like make, like you said, micro events for certain people, so that everyone kind of keeps relevant and happy with their certain interests outside of the
For
event.
sure, yeah.
Obviously, I feel like what we was talking about, obviously about Novell, is that we know our members on the surface. Obviously, this will give us like a different outlook on each of them, and like you said, if they all got some kind of like-minded thoughts, or part of them do, we can obviously target them in different ways. So
For sure, and it ties into affiliate marketing, so you can then work with brands that you want to bring in. So the actual rewards are going to be custom to communities that have got a bigger stake. So as you guys grow, you can work with your own affiliates, bring them onto Drovi, and you can directly give them rewards and refer people back to them. So you guys can make money by knowing your users. If you know loads of people who are interested in going to JD Sports, you can then get a collaboration with them, some type of code. You're going to get repeat customers, and you're going to make big brands happy and involved to actually get engaged with you guys as well.
So it's pretty, so it kind of diversifies as well. So once a person gets into Drovi, so me, as someone who doesn't know anything about it, I like events. I can download Drovi and then I can see what's happening in the local area at a certain time and day. And then, am I right in understanding that from there I can kind of connect with people that have got similar interests like myself, other than just events? Say if I like football, for example, I can connect with people that like football as well, that are within that community.
Yeah, for sure. So we have two kind of things on the feed. We have like a For You feed, so where it's like TikTok, where it's everything personalised to you. Then we have an Explore as well, which is kind of people in your network and other kind of people, kind of pushes it out. And then there's also a global search. So if you was interested in something new, you can do like a natural language search, meaning it'll pull back anything related to what you said, not just keyword matching, but also kind of relevance. So if you look for like sports event, you don't really need to know the name of it. We'll still return the results back.
Right.
Yeah. So it's super easy to find absolutely anything.
Obviously, I know you've obviously said a lot about how you thought about it, how you planned it, and about release dates. When you kind of thinking to kind of put it out there and push it like as a test, or actually put it out?
So from the beginning of February, looking for you guys to get on board and to start playing around with it, see if there's any missing features. I've been working closely with you guys as well, especially Dre, about what's required for the ticket setup and the event setup. And I think we're pretty much there. So from the beginning of Feb, we can start getting everybody on. We've already launched now like a private closed testing where it's just like friends and family that are actually just bug testing and trying stuff out, but everything's going super well. So we've got a couple of other pilots as well potentially that we're in the talks with, like with some big tech companies in London as well that do a lot of different types of events. So we're going to start really trying to push it now from February.
Definitely. No, it'd be good. It's good obviously to put the Nobel brand on with Drovi. Obviously,
100%.
you've helped us kind of on that kind of space already, so it'd be good.
For sure.
What other apps are similar to Drovi?
Yeah, so we're kind of competing with a few different apps really. So primarily is Eventbrite and Meetup. They're the two big players that we're going for. But with all the communities and groups, we have elements of LinkedIn in there as well. So like professional networking, we're trying to keep it serious. We're going to have heavy content moderation as well, so no one can just create anything. To begin with, actually, we're going to limit communities to only be created by approved members. So we'll have to like peer review to make sure no one's trying to do anything crazy. Because as well as communities creating events, also users can create events. So why it's like LinkedIn, we want people to have a following. So for example, me having a company, I could host an event by myself, and the people just recognise my brand, say I'm a founder, and they'll be interested in that. So we're trying to empower not just brands, but also influencer brands to actually also live on the platform as well.
Nice that. In the next 6 to 12 months, you've got a trip in Saudi Arabia, you want the Middle East, innit?
Yeah.
And you want all of Britain. So, how did that come along as well? Just going to Saudi Arabia, like, what made you want to go tackle the Middle East?
Yeah, sure. So I spent quite a bit of time in Dubai, and I also do like consulting as well. So I've worked with a company based in Dubai for the past couple of years. So I finally went out, and I've noticed it's the same type of market. A lot of people all working from home, but they're super smart, intelligent people here that are like, could be brought together. So as well as like the events, it's all about workshops and networking events as well. So we're trying to cater all categories, and Dubai is a hub for that. Think how many people fly in and out of there and then fly to Saudi, fly back to Philippines, Thailand, all these hotspots. So we're trying to go for this market as well. Technology is a bit more untapped there. Eventbrite is in use when I was there, and I tried it, and there's no events really listed. So there's a whole gap for something to fill in there, where it's kind of bringing all these people that are all in tech and crypto especially, a platform them to all meet properly as well.
Nice, that.
That's good. Obviously, Drovi is like your creation, obviously, and something obviously you hold very dear. Do you feel like, when you say there's a gap in the market, do you feel like there's anything that's kind of close to what you kind of wanted to create, in the sense of you've always have an idea from somewhere? Is there something that kind of you feel like you've seen that kind of made you want to kind of target this market?
So I've seen like people are building Web3 apps where it's around that kind of crypto space, but they have a big barrier to entry where it's just for Web3 and you have to use a crypto wallet to sign in. And I'm against like having a wallet sign in right now, because I feel like using banking terminology with like logging in is just going to scare people.
It's dangerous.
And that's one thing we're going to do, because we have a token under the hood, but we have a frictionless wallet, which basically means it's tied to an email. So this is how we're doing it better than them. We're not having that barrier to entry, because you've all got a wallet, but no one even knows, and it's just for the whole purpose of exchanging for real world rewards or whatever it may be. So we've kind of beaten them on that angle, and again with like the AI coach, a lot of systems now are building more chat interfaces, but people don't want to type, people want to speak. So we're really on like voice translation as well. So we've been researching different models to basically convert voice to text, and we've got a super good flow now where in 6 months' time you could probably do every action in the app through voice. which you can't get much more easier than just speaking to it.
Less is more, innit?
Of course, man. Yeah. So no filling in forms or any of this shit like. You just,
100%. And I feel like a lot of people sometimes struggle with like typing. Like obviously, like the old generation still might want to be using the app, but obviously I know my mum when she's obviously on her phone, she holds it away and she's typing and stuff like that. So even be able to use the voice obviously makes it more eligible for everyone that kind of want to use, because everyone's into business, everyone's into making new connections. And obviously, it kind of gives it more of a variety of different people. So obviously, you've told us about your 6 months, 12 month plan. What do you think about 10 years, 15 years?
10 years.
Where's your goal? Where's your...
What is your end goal?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take over Eventbrite and Meetup. Like, we're going to be the central hub for, making meaningful connections, you know what I mean? And we can have this for any type of event, we can expand out further. We've got plans to integrate with suppliers, so, when you're looking for event space. And I really picked up on a pain point you guys spoke about before with, like, actually hosting the event space and getting in there. We want to work with suppliers for workshops and all these types of places where you can go on Drovi, speak to it, and you don't even have to go and think, where am I going to do this? We've got a list for you, we've got a design team to kind of make any branding. We're going to use AI as well to generate images for the event. So for example, when you have a new DJ come, you can basically say, right, we're announcing this DJ. We'll recognise that they're already part of the community. We'll take that profile picture and generate a banner and post it out to everybody. So we're basically automating the whole flow of like event management, and we're going to be the pioneers of taking like into AI with event management. So,
anyways, Elliot, I'm feeling that T-shirt. You got any for the gang?
Of course, bro. I'll hook you up.
Come on. Elliot's hooked up the gang, appreciate that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the world and back.
You know what I mean? The world.
So, come on man, what can we say? The Naval crew as well. But back to my point, Elliot. So, obviously, we're starting off with the events, so, like, for someone like me, how would that help Don't Be Shy as well, coming up in the future?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So when you set up your profile, you have to give your interests and your personality and your goals.
Yeah.
You just have to say it, and then we basically pull that out and then give you tags. You can also use what language you speak as well if you want to be interested in language learning, these type of groups. And then you can also add your own as well that we don't pick up. So it's fully dynamic in that aspect. And then off there you'll get a customized like for you and explore page, and then you'll just start seeing stuff pop up that you're interested in. And eventually we're going to have like a full way to kind of find people as well. So that way you can literally fully go out and search for what type of people you want to connect with, and then potentially create a business or whatever kind of endeavor you want to do with them as well.
Yeah, because I feel like that's better than approaching, like, let's say 10, 15 people even popping up on social media, because it's hard to find people's interests like that.
Exactly.
But when you've brought out and there's Drovi, I don't know how to say it. Drovi.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what I mean, just sometimes mix and match and that. But
Yeah.
back to my point.
Short slang.
Slang, you know what I mean, you got to switch it up for the people, you know what I mean. But back to my point. So, because it's hard for like just ordinary people to go speak to 10 people, 10, 15 people. Me, podcasters, like people that want to do content creating, how would Drovi help us?
Yeah, for sure. So I've seen that you're kind of going out in public to people as well and speaking to them. So we can help by having like a way to prospect for that. So you can find, communities or people in the app that have got the interest that you're looking for if you've got a certain type of theme. And as well, you can build your own community on there. And if you want to do some real life content, if you do like a show as well, which I've seen you do, you could pull people from your community, you could post a poll out into your chat and people could come, sign up, and you can see exactly their interests and what they're about.
Because I feel like it's hard for people like me just to go out on the street, or just like people in general, and ask them like, oh, do you want to do X, Y, and Z? I feel like this would help a bigger community, and once you're able to help everyone, it's just like less is more. A lot of the people in the app will do what's required, and you just need to just do a few tweak ups and that, don't you think?
100%. The main thing for us is we get all the communities and event on board now, and then the users will come in because the events are there, and then as we have a bigger user base, we can start, other communities can form because there's already the base there now for people to join, and they're going to get pushed it. Similar to TikTok accounts, now all the users are on there. A lot of people can blow up now because of the user base. We're trying to have the same effect where people can become influencers, new companies and ventures can spawn out of it as well.
Nice, sick. And obviously you got to think, everything that you were saying about kind of going towards people and obviously having their face-to-face conversation, interaction, very time consuming, do you know what I mean? And time is money nowadays, and obviously in the business realm, it's like, the quicker you can make them connections and positive ones, the quicker you can expand your business and obviously make it bigger quicker. So, yeah man, looking forward to using Drovi with Naval 100%.
No, 100%. And I also feel like you've seen on the news how TikTok's been banned in the US.
Yeah.
I feel like Drovi could come in well to actually
Replace it,
really,
and
and send all that traffic through to there. As long as the app develops and it keeps gaining traffic and traction, I feel like you could take it worldwide in a matter of time.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally.
Drovi to the world, man.
Drovi to the world, man.
Drovi rules the world.
Connects the world, my brother.
That's worse than me.
Redo that.
Yeah, man said it.
I said the Cortez's line.
Design, man. Yeah. Make sure you check out the design, man. T-shirts coming out soon, merchandise. You know what I mean?
Merch.
Connects to the world, man. We're gonna have some street interviews as well. See what the people are saying very soon. Make sure you stay tuned. You know how we do, baby. We're back. We're better than before.
Bigger on there.
Bigger.
And you're gonna see Novell very soon, endorsing Drovi.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna see Don't Be
Getting
Shy.
all our
baby.
members through to Drovi.
Yeah, man.
Connecting the world.
Come on, man.
Triple threat. Drovi, Novell, and Don't Be Shy. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Don't be shy.
Do that now. See you soon.
TikTok, tickety talk. Peace.
That was alright. You alright with them little stuff?
We're back, baby. Come on.
Just stop now.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Ruined it.
Ruined it, man.
Seriously, left it.
But anyways,
And
we're done now.
What's it? TikTok.
That was alright.
Yo, some pictures now, innit?
You're starting.
You're not all there, bro.